It takes 20 minutes just to check someone's book out, and I can't even check my nudie sites. Damn that mayor. Oh, hey, I'm getting an e-call from Chano.
That's me.
What are you up today, Chano?
Oh, not too much. Polishing my trophies. Hey, do you want to go bowling with Bono and the Edge tonight?
No, I have to stay late. You know, gotta make that money. Must be really nice being married to the mayor.
Oh yeah, it's a blast. I get to meet all the famous people in town, and the mayor doesn't ask for sex often.
Whoa, Chano. TMI.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
Hey, Kit, you got any meat back there? I'm making a sandwich. Cool.
Hey, Chano, why don't you come into the library sometimes instead of just e-calling me all the time?
Nah, I'd rather not. I don't want to get sworn by my fans. Ever since my debut album came out and went bronze in Brazil, pretty tight. I can't even go outside. Hell, I can't even get my mail because the paparazzi keeps coming after me.
Oh, that's just Mrs. McGillicuddy. You know she does the bird-watching magazine, takes all the pictures.
Well, don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
Okay, seriously, place in 1 minute.
Hey, Chana, we still on for bowling later?
You know it.
Giddy up. Hey, Kit, you're coming too tonight, right?
Nah, I gotta work late tonight.
Oh, come on. You gotta learn to relax. You're always working when you know that the foxy ladies might show up tonight, too. Hey, I hear that Rue might be showing up.
Rue? Wait, Rue McClanahan?
Yeah, Rue McClanahan.
You know I can't resist her southern charm. Once that accent starts in, world goes black, and I wake up the next morning in her bed with a note on the bedside saying that she has left some money for a cab and that I should be out by 9.
Hey, you know you love it.
You seem stressed.
Oh, she's stressed.
Okay, cut.
Wait, hold on. What was wrong? What was wrong? I thought this was a good take.
Chano, this sucks. In this script, you write all the lines for you and Josh, all the jokes, all the scenes. I don't have any laughs or standout scenes in this.
Well, in the original script, I wrote that super tight scene where you decide to get a jet ski and jump the shark.
Yeah, but I'm not going to actually jump a shark, okay? It had nothing to do with the script, with, what was actually going on in the plot. And besides, you just ripped that off from Happy Days.
Well, I never.
And cut it out with the laugh track. We aren't doing that anymore.
Oh, come on, Kit. Be a good sport. You know that Chano is funding the show, and that's why we have his name in the credits every week. It's good that we let him write this month's episode. And besides, this stuff is comedy gold. The laugh track feels good. Ooh, I'm getting the tinglies inside.
Why are you making him do a terrible Kramer impression?
Well, I wanted to write him as the lovable patron next door, but I've been watching a lot of Seinfeld. I guess you could say I was a little inspired.
More than a little bit. And Josh, why did you agree to this? The plot has him taking you bowling where you bet on something and then he wins the library, demolishes it, and turns it into a day spa. That's horrible.
So what? You know, it's just the show, right, Chano?
Show. Yeah, right.
You know he's planning on killing you off in a few episodes, right?
Wait, hold on. What? I thought I was signed on for a 10-episode deal.
We needed some drama in this show. You know, not so much laughs all the time. We need to trim the fat, make these episodes not 40 minutes long. Like, who's gonna watch a 40-minute long episode?
That's not true.
You know, Chano, now that I think about it, it's probably not a good idea that we make an entire plot of an episode about demolishing the library so you can build your day spa, because then people will think that it actually might be happening. The library might be closing down.
Who says I'm not destroying the library?
What? Are you kidding me? You're actually going to demolish the library for your stupid day spa idea?
Chano, look, you know that's not fair, man. I know that you're sleeping with the mayor, but that doesn't give you a right to just build the day spa wherever you want. You see how hard Kit works? Who else wants a day spa in Muskington County?
So what? I need a place where I can relax and get pampered after a long day working at home. You know? I need to have somewhere where I can relax. And if I own this location, why would I not do that?
Yeah, well, screw you. We're not going to stand for this, right, Josh?
No.
Come on. Let's go to the reading area and talk about the 2001 South Korean drama Hotelier.
What? I thought you guys were reviewing Last of Us Part 2 this week.
Nah, we're not going to do that.
Maybe we should. I mean, it's in the thumbnail.
All right, whatever, let's go. The combat's really good.
The story's great.
The pacing's kind of off.
First half kind of drags on.
The second half is really engaging.
The last 4 hours are useless.
8 out of 10.
Well, that's done.
But Josh, come on, man.
Sorry, Chano, but you were going to kill both me and the library off, so
Yeah?
I can't agree to this.
Well, you suck.
Yeah, well, you're a trophy husband.
Well, you can't act.
Kit, can I act?
So Hotelier is a South Korean drama that came out in 2001. The show centers around a fictional 5-star hotel that is in the middle of an expensive expansion, which is putting the hotel in financial jeopardy. Alongside that, they are being threatened with a hostile takeover by an old rival of the hotel's president.
Talk about The Last of Us Part 2. No one cares about this old show.
Shh. We follow the day-to-day operations of the hotel and all the things that service workers do in order to make others happy. It puts them in a really good light.
죄송합니다, 손님. 저희 호텔에 문이 없는데요. 알겠습니다. 그럼 15분 정도만 기다려주십시오. 네네. 김영철 씨, 가서 햄버거 좀 사와. 햄버거요? 아유, 다스달라네가 그것만 참다가 아직 난리야. 10분 내로 빨리 뛰어갔다. 예, 알겠습니다.
I found Hotelier back in 2005. It was on a local channel where they had, I guess, the distribution rights to it. It was the first piece of foreign media that I'd ever seen, and it introduced me kind of to a whole new world. You know, I know that if you check on Netflix or anything, now K-dramas are kind of the thing, and that's really cool. However, none of them have really, I guess, hit me quite like this one.
As always, we don't want to spoil the series. It's excellent. We want you to enjoy it. We want you to go out and check it out. Before I really get into kind of the story of it, there's 4 main characters we need to cover. Sejin Young. She's a manager at the hotel, and she's worked there for some time and is quite competent at her job. She's a sweet, bullheaded woman that is nursing a 3-year-old abandonment and heartbreak. And she's definitely what I would consider the main character of the story.
실력을 못 따라하는 이유가 있었구나. 설마 여자가 있을 거라는 생각을 못 했네. 나쁜 놈, 정말 나쁜 놈.
Han Tae-jun, who was a previous manager at the hotel, due to a scandal, he was forced to resign and ended up leaving the country for better opportunities. His innocence in the scandal has left many with guilt over his expulsion, and by far he is the best character in the series.
Han Tae-jun is a perfect human being who has no flaws whatsoever.
Except maybe his stubbornness.
어쨌든 3,000불은 큰 돈이야.
그래서 안 빌려주겠다는 거야?
빌려줄게. 대신 조건이 있어.
뭔데?
나하고 같이 서울로 가.
돈이나 줘.
가는 거냐고.
그래, 간다니까. 일단 돈이나 줘.
정말이지? 약속한 거지?
그래, 알았어.
나도 궁금한 게 한 게 있는데요. 아저씨, 한국 갈 거예요?
아니.
아니라니? 같이 가기로 했잖아.
어젯밤은 어쩔 수가 없었어. 네가 또 강하게 밀어붙여서.
그래서 정말 안 간다는 거야?
미안하다. 그 돈 3,000불은 한 달 안으로 갚을게.
타세요!
뭐?
나 내릴 거야. 태준 씨 같은 바보 겁쟁이는 단 1분도 같이 있기 싫어.
Jin Young and Han used to be in a relationship. They are kind of made for each other, partially just because they're the most stubborn characters ever written of all time. No one backs down from one another.
Oh no.
Which makes them perfect and the worst together.
Kim Yoon-hee. She is the daughter of the person attempting the hostile takeover. She starts off as a fairly useless and kind of unlikable character, one that's bent on self-destruction, but she probably matures the most over the course of the series. And for some unknown reason, Yoon-hee is so incredibly blunt.
Aggressively blunt.
Yes. Like, no empathy at all. Just kind of out there. There it is.
계속 가면서 좀 더 배우고 싶은데 아버지 반대가 심해서요. 우리 아버지는 여자, 남자 그런 차별이 좀 심하시거든요.
What? You don't say that to someone. Then there is Frank, or Shin Dong-hyuk. He is a merger and acquisitions expert that has been hired to get the hostile takeover started. He is a complex character with difficult to ascertain motives. Different viewings may change your impression of him, but he's got that kind of Drake level creep factor where he should just really stop talking.
Yeah, a lot of the things that he says for that time, back in 2001, that could be viewed as very romantic. However, now it doesn't really hold up. It's very grooming. So yeah, he and Drake have a lot in common.
나만 보란 말이야. 세상 사람 뭐라 하든 상관 말고 내 얘기를 들어. 귀 막고 눈 감고 신동이만 봐.
Frank stays at the hotel. He's the property hunter while trying to get ready to take over the hotel under the radar. And he has kind of a habit of being the heartthrob of the show. Whenever he does his glasses thing, all the ladies and men's and everything in between, all the underwear just becomes moist.
This one's wet.
During this time, he starts to fall for Jin Young. However, she quickly learns that he can be very intense on dates.
당신 아이를 좋아하나 봐요?
아 그럼요. 애들 싫어하는 사람도 있나요?
없는 것 같아요?
아니 뭐 애들 보는 게 귀찮을 뿐이지. 정말로 아이들을 싫어하는 사람은 없죠.
왜요? 아이를 버리는 부모도 많잖아요.
So a lot of the drama in this series is caused by miscommunications or just a lack of communication among the main cast. What makes it really unique as a series is that in most instances, all of the parties are in the wrong with the misunderstandings amongst them. The story starts with a celebration. The president and his wife own and operate the Seo Hotel in Korea. They have a good-for-nothing son that bleeds melodrama, lives to party, and causes nothing but trouble. In order to avoid a hostile takeover and to help revitalize their hotel, the president's wife sends one of her most trusted managers to Las Vegas to bring back a previously disgraced employee that may be their only hope.
Even though it's a drama, and so a lot of K-dramas deal with drama, this one, especially, I feel like for the time, does a really good job of dealing with kind of tough topics.
Oh, yeah.
Like drug abuse, depression, suicide, gender discrimination, and sexual assault toward a male perpetrated by a female.
And that's not really a topic that gets covered even now.
Yeah.
그게 사실이야? 한태준이가 총집에 다시 온다는 게 사실이냐고.
자리에 앉으세요. 사장님하고 곧 내려오실 거예요.
여자 손님한테 죽은 데다 호텔 위시까지 깎아먹고 쫓겨난 놈이야. 그런 사람은 총집에 다시 들이겠다고? 누구 호텔 말아먹을 일 있어?
오지배인님.
차라리 돈을 훔쳤다고 하면 내가 이해를 해.
말씀이 좀 지나치신 거 아니에요?
아니 내가 뭐 틀린 말 했어요?
틀린 말 했죠. 그때 그 일은 한태준 씨 잘못이 아니었어요.
But wait, why would it be better if he stole money instead of assaulting someone?
So I'm not entirely sure what they mean by that. I think it's based on the fact that they're in the hospitality business. It's better that you take advantage of your boss rather than your guest. I tried to look it up online, but the most that I could find is that a lot of the larger Korean conglomerates have more leniency with workplace abuse. It also might be a cultural thing. I'm honestly not sure. I know that in America, at least, when it comes to abuse in general, especially towards women, we've only really recently gotten more aware of it. It can destroy the career of the victim more so than the accuser in a lot of instances. And they kind of address that in the show as well.
그만하자니까. 아무리 그래도 난 안 가. 못 가, 알아? 서울 호텔 떠난 지 3년이 넘었어. 호텔하고는 언제나 악연이었고 이런 내가 다시 돌아가서 뭘 어떻게 바꿀 수 있는데 나 하나도 대책 없는 판에 무슨 수로 호텔을 살려다 자신 없어.
자신이 없다?
그래.
자신이 없어서 못 간다 이 말이야?
그래 나 자신 없어. 겁나. 꼭 이렇게 내 입으로 말해 속이시면 하겠니?
It does take itself more seriously than a lot of the K-dramas that are kind of circulating right now. That being said, there are still some really goofy characters. Take the president's son, for instance. No, I mean it. Take him, please. He's awful.
저기 생일 축하한다.
Yeah, the president's son always kind of looks like a douche. He's always either kind of yelling, sulking, or making that face. You know the one where he always has like his mouth open. He's like, he's looking around.
Or he's running dramatically somewhere.
He's also not a fan of tennis balls. And he makes a flying kick look pathetic.
As much as I don't like him, it is kind of interesting to note that he and Yoon-hee are foils of one another.
남는 동안 같이 있어줄게.
호텔 직원이 이래도 돼?
내 맘이야. 난 내가 하고 싶은 대로 하고 사는 게 좋아.
호텔 사장 아들 아니래도 네 맘대로 이랬을까?
글쎄. 어쨌든 난 누가 간섭하는 거 정말 싫어.
너가 간섭하는 거 좋아하는 사람 있어? 나도 마찬가지야. 하지만 할 일은 하고 책임질 건 책임져야지.
너 꼭 우리 엄마처럼 얘기를 한다. 나이로는 내가 오빠인데.
He doesn't really understand the concept of respect
Or responsibility.
or responsibility. All he cares about is partying, hanging out with his friends, and he does not want to grow up anytime soon.
Yoon-hee, on the other hand, her father is super overbearing and he doesn't want her to be self-sufficient at all. She tries to get a job. He gets her fired. She tries to leave the house. He forcefully brings her back. In a lot of ways, it's like he doesn't want her making decisions because he doesn't believe that she will be able to make the right ones.
Yeah, yeah.
So he just shelters her beyond belief.
As Yoon-hee says,
우리 아버진 여자 남자 그런 차별이 좀 심하시거든요.
Wait, why would I even care about these people? They seem like privileged young children that have trust funds.
well, you know, the characters all develop and mature over time. You know, think about us, right? We start out as children. unaware of the actual harsh reality of life. Then as we mature, we become shithead teenagers. We take up hobbies that may or may not be good for the environment. We might buy a motorcycle and decide to explore the outer reaches of the world, beyond the small town that you grew up in, have an affair with a married woman in a plot device that really doesn't go anywhere, or help your second season. Grow your forehead into a majestic 7-head, inhale helium, and start a band with your girlfriend and your side chick. And be so self-absorbed with your motorcycle and your so-called life that you'll talk about turkeys. Then we become adults, realize we wasted a lot of that time as teenagers, and try our best to find love and make our dreams come true.
Always drawn to you when I'm around. Some kind of way.
Yeah, so the first episode I actually ever saw was, I think, episode 9. There's only 20 episodes in the series.
Yeah.
And even though I didn't know what was going on, the story is so accessible and it's very easy to jump on in, even as an uneducated, ignorant American as myself.
You're stupid!
This show is not without its faults. With what looks like a constantly fluctuating production budget, there's a scene where they do day for sunset.
That's all right. Yeah. Just use like an orange bar across the top.
Yeah, it's just
like an overlay.
It's just an orange bar that sits across, and it goes over the actors' eyes, like in faces.
만약에 내가 잘 해내지 못하면, 아니, 잘 못 해낼 수도 있잖아. 그런 생각 안 해봤어?
안 해봤어. 그런 생각 왜 해? 잘할 텐데.
Man, isn't the sunset beautiful this time of year? We are, but just fragments of dust in this cosmic trash bin we call life. We must learn to work synergistically with the earth and all the organisms around us in order to ascend to a higher plane. But then there's also really cool shots where the characters are lit in a really cool way.
나 처음 호텔일 시작하고 힘들어할 때 그때 태준 씨가 나한테 한 말 기억해? 나와 상대방의 관계는 내 스스로가 어떻게 행동하느냐에 달려있다. 주인처럼 행동하면 주인 대접을 받을 거고 하인처럼 행동하면 하인 대접을 받을 거다. 태준 씨가 계속 이렇게 죄인처럼 군다면 사람들도 계속 태준 씨를 죄인처럼 생각할 거야. 그래도 괜찮아?
One thing that the show had that surprised me a lot the first time that I watched it, and with every single subsequent watch that I have of it, is the amount of American licensed music. Besides the actual score and soundtrack, there's no Korean-based artists, I don't think, in the show. So they have like Toni Braxton, Sting, Adria Bocelli, the Blackout All-Stars. There are, however, some bizarre music choices. Like there's a scene where Yoon-hee is dancing in a club with her friends to Two Live Crew's Hey, We Want Some. And then less than a minute later, she says this.
너 우리 엄마가 어떻게 돌아가셨는지 알아?
It's weird. I mean, I love Two Live Crew, don't get me wrong, but I just wouldn't normally put that right before. And it's completely uncensored.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
completely
No.
uncensored. I was not expecting that.
Despite the occasional tonal whiplash, the show's honestly really good about setting the mood and the tone of the episode. It's really great at balancing the drama with the levity, and it isn't afraid to mislead you at times.
Yeah, the relationships in the show are very organic, and they kind of like change over time. Frank is trying to court Jin Young with gifts, expensive stuff, visits, smirking, his famous glasses move, and unexpected swim lessons. However, she's a simple lady, and all she really wants in life are love, happiness, noodles, and McDonald's. The president's son cares for Yoon-hee, however, she quickly sees through his fuckboy attire and is like, fuck that shit, I'm gonna find a man without a yellow hatchback, out here looking like Miss Frizzle.
Seatbelts, everyone! Please let this be a normal field trip with a friend? No way!
Cruising on down Main Street, you're relaxed and feeling good. Next thing that you know, you're seeing.
And it's crazy to think that a lot of the show was kind of written on the fly.
They had wanted the story to go to a certain way originally, and then they were reading the message boards and took some ideas from there and decided,
why not?
Why not? And so they completely changed the end of the series in order to satisfy the fans on the message boards, which is cool. That's
really
a cool way to do it.
Yeah. Especially for a show that only really ran for 2 months.
Yeah,
It was September to November, right?
Yeah. And it's got a satisfying ending.
It doesn't feel like it's shoot in. It feels like a solid ending for every character.
Yeah, it's really good.
It can be hard to watch sometimes, just with the amount of drama and the kind of uncomfortable scenes. But honestly, despite that, it's a really excellent show. And I think the fact that it doesn't shy away from those things makes it better. So Hotelier is a beautifully shot, expertly written, and just incredibly enjoyable watch. It's engaging and it's very grounded. If you happen to have 20 or so hours that are just free, or you just kind of want to check out something new, I cannot recommend it enough. Hotelier is an excellent show, and it's definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, you can probably find this show probably online. I know YouTube has some clips, but YouTube's auto-translate can be a little bit not right.
이순정까지 같이 있었단 말이야?
새빨간 립스틱 바르고 그냥 입이 찢어지라 웃는데.
Hey, I sucked the red lipstick and listened to Avicii.
Can't believe you're not going to tell me what happens at the end of the show. I mean, here I am taking time out of my day to watch this old show. You won't even tell me the ending. Man, see, this is the reason that I want to destroy this library.
Enough of the threats, Shano. We all know you are not going to demolish the library. All you want is for us to spend some quality time together with you and the mayor, and to do your version of the show.
You know, Chano, sometimes we have to sacrifice something important to us in order to compromise, come together with our fellow man. Why don't you take this whole idea of building a day spa, and instead, why don't you put it towards making a hotel? That way you can share this dream with everyone else in Muskington County. And when you share your dreams, isn't that a lot less lonely?
Hotel, huh? Yeah, that'd be great. Could build lots of rooms, help a lot of people out, just make it the best hotel you've ever been to. Plus, I can make a day spa just for me.
Chano, you know this is going to take a lot of effort, right? It's not just going to magically build itself. A hotel takes time, especially if you have to demolish the library first, then build the hotel. And then you have to staff it. You have to make sure that you have a cleaning crew that's catty and talkative and kind of the rumor mill. You need to have your chef who's no nonsense, kind of a little bit sexist, but still really good at heart. And you need to have a really good management team, some of which will be really big dicks, and then others will be really, really cool people. And maybe 2 of them will fall in love, and then one will get into a scandal, and then get shipped overseas to try to find a better life. And look, it might take a really long time and a shit ton of money.
Well, I am the mayor's husband, after all. I mean, I'm sure they have a lot of money for me to graciously spend on myself. I just have to check my wallet. Will 37 cents work?
No.
Fuck.